Now I'll be looking for a red one to go onto this one, and I've got one under here, so I'll turn it on, and I'll change my hand position now to make this a little bit easier. To turn that up with 3 turns of that sequence. Replace that out, and you can see that I've got one that's been accidentally made up here. Now I'm not going to waste that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it, or I'm going to replace it with a backdoor option from something down here. So if I bring this around to here and turn that down like that, I can find a piece in my down layer and turn it on and replace it up. I'll just do that randomly, and then I'll be looking to replace this one out. And I've got a red piece there, so I'll turn that up into place with 2 cycles and replace that out. I can see my next move is going to be to do 2 turns to replace that, so I'll turn any piece up here, do 2 turns to replace that out, and change this through my backdoor option again. Remembering all the time to look after this piece and not change this one out, because this is my edge that belongs back over here. So when I turn that back to make that one, this is still kept intact. You really have to keep your eye on keeping that intact. I'll replace this one out for either a red or a white one. There's a white one. A blue one here. We'll go with this one. Again, I'll use my backdoor option to turn one into there. This one will go in if I turn it down, around and in. And I'm starting to get a few limited options now, so I can start turning up some pieces like this outside corner piece that'll go onto here. Like that, and replace that one out. If I turn this piece onto there, as I turn that down, that will turn in and up, and I can replace that over to here. And this piece will go in. And I've got a white inside circle corner there. Now I'm going to remember not to turn this over to there and replace that out. Instead, I'll turn this outside corner piece around to here and replace out this one. All the time double checking and making sure that I'm keeping this one correct. I can exchange out both of these at the same time together. And because I'm getting down to my last few, what I'll do is start using these two across here to exchange my pieces, and just do 2 turns to continually replace them out. So I'll put in, say, that piece into there and look for one of the matching ones. Over here I've got a yellow inside, So I'll draw that down. Put that yellow inside into there, do 2 turns of the top and bring this back into place. My green outside corner piece is there, so I'll replace that out with that, do 2 turns of the top, and I believe this will be my last piece. It is. So it's time to put a red piece into here. There's one there. And then when I exchange these two out, I've moved my problem, or my 2 pieces. One's there now, so I can turn that into there, do 2 turns, and exchange out one of these with either a red or a blue. I can just see a blue piece right there, so I'll turn that into that position, give that 2 turns to return that, and I've successfully reduced my cube. Now that I've reduced my Neptune cube to a bandaged 3x3 cube, I'm going to turn this circle cube part that I'm going to look after to the bottom at the back, and I'm going to solve the rest of the cube. I'm going to do edges first for this, so I'm going to be looking to solve these 2 edges first of all, and let's do the red and blue one first. I'll flip that edge so it lines up with the blue down here. Now that it lines up with the blue center there, I'm going to turn that up, turn it in and turn it down. Next one I'll do is the green and orange one, and I'll need to flip it also. Turn up my position, turn it in, turn it down, and I'll place this one here. After I've placed these edges on the first 2 layers, I'll orientate my edges on the top layer by front, up, right, up, back, right, back, front, back, and then I'll rotate them around with zoom. Being careful to use only my 2 bandaged edges on the side. The next thing I'll do is place these 2 corner pieces down here, and I'll have a look in the top layer for one of them, like the red and blue one, which I've got over here. I'll line it up above where it's going to go, and I have to perform a setup move, so I don't want to turn one of my unbandaged faces. So I'll perform 2 turns of the blue face and put the target position here and the target piece here, and I'll exchange them out with going down, down, up, up, and that will switch these 2 pieces here, and it won't disturb anything that I might place here. So I'll go down, down, up, up 3 times. And then I'll just restore my setup move, and my target piece is in my target position. The next piece I'll be looking for is my orange and green corner piece, which is here, so I'll place it above where it's going to go. Perform 2 turns of the orange face and switch out these 2 pieces and swap those 2 with this down, down, up, up 3 times. and my target piece is in my target position. Return it to there, and both of those pieces are in. Now I'm going to start placing these pieces up, and this is just my edges first method. So if you didn't know what I was doing, you could look up my edges first method to get a fuller detail of what's going on here. It's just the edges first method with some setup moves. Now I'm going to place them up. So I'll be looking for blue and red edge pieces to place that up in between. So I'll be going up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down 3 times. And that one's placed. That one's not correct, so I'll be up, up, down, down again. And I'll be looking for the red and green piece. Red and green edge pieces. And orange and green. And you'll notice all of the pieces are now placed, but I've got a few pieces that need orientating. So these corner pieces will need orientating, and likewise I'm going to have to do that orientating on my bandaged faces, particularly on this bandaged corner piece here. So I'll be targeting that to do my algorithms on. I'll be looking for 2 that are together like that, and that will be my first piece that I'll move, because that is my centerpiece between all my bandaging. So I'll be turning that back. And this last one here, where I'd normally do that, I can't do it because I'm doing it on an unbandaged face. I'll need to relocate them so that one of the pieces is on the middle of my 3 bandaged faces, and relocate the other one to there, and restore my setup moves. In this situation I've been left with something a little more complicated. I've been left with 3 pieces that need orientating, one of which is not attached to the blue layer or one of the layers that the other 2 are attached to. So I'm going to turn that up with the setup move and place it on the same layer as those, or on the same face as those other 2, and pretend that it is in the same orientation that matches those. So I'm going to pretend it's got a blue one that sits here. I'm going to look for my position where I want to orientate the pieces on, and it's in between the blue, orange and yellow, so it's this position. Turn my first piece there to be orientated, and up, up, down, down, up, down, down. Rotate the next one around to there, and then rotate the last one around to there, and pretend that that one's orientated the same way with the blue there, and then restore my setup moves, and my cube is solved.